Hello, I'm ETarte, math teacher. This is June 3rd, 2014. This afternoon I tutored Nick, who is at the end of his career as a 5th grader. He recently celebrated his 11th birthday. Next school year he will be going into the 6th grade. And I have been tutoring Nick weekly, and lately we have been exploring percent to supplement what he is studying in school in math class. What I'm going to show you in this video is about the first 1/3 of our 45-minute lesson today. And if you're so inclined, I invite you to have paper and pencil handy so that you can participate actively to the extent that you choose to. As you will see, I'm trying to challenge Nick to use his brain to the limit of his present capacity. Well, let's talk about percent some more.
All right.
What does percent mean in a single word?
I don't know what per means, but I know what cent means hundredths.
Percent means hundredths, that's right. Okay. You remember we talked about figuring out a good amount of money for a tip when somebody eats at a restaurant?
You would, so...
Do you remember what percent of the bill is commonly accepted as a good tip?
Like $8?
Well, it depends on...
Or it depends on your price.
Yes,
and then you would divide it by 2, right?
Depends on the price, depends on the amount of bill, but there is a certain percent of any amount that is considered an acceptable tip. And that percent happens to be 15%.
Oh, yes.
And that percent stays 15% regardless of how big or how small the bill is.
Yes.
For example, if a family goes out to eat and their total bill is $70 and they're going to leave a 15% tip for the waiter or waitress, how would you figure out the amount of money that they need to leave for the tip?
So you would get 70 times 15.
Yes. Not times the whole number 15, though.
Times 15%.
Yes, but when you multiply, you need to write that value not using a percent sign, but using a decimal point.
0.15?
Well, I'm writing down what you just wrote.
Oh, that is 15,000.
Right. We don't want 15,000s, do we?
So 0.15.
That's right. You don't need to write the 0 in front. You just write
just 1500ths.
Yes.
So now 5 times 0 is 0. 7 times 5 is 35.
Yes.
350, which is 0. 1 times 0 is 0, and 1 times 7 is 7. That's 700. Add them up. 0, 5, 10, 1,050.
Well, what is that, $1,050 for the tip?
No. Because then you would divide it by 15.
Well, you've studied how to multiply. You've studied how to determine the location of the decimal point of the answer when you have any decimal points up here. How does that work?
It looks like...
You can use this pen eraser.
Alright. So it actually looks like determining by the place how many decimals it is.
What are you supposed to do?
You're supposed to move 2 places over and then find out your tip.
That's right.
So your tip would be $10.50.
That's right. Okay. Tell me again why you moved the decimal point 2 places back.
Well, first of all, it doesn't make sense to pay a waiter or waitress more money than your bill.
Oh, that's right.
And
But how do you do it exactly because of the decimal point being up here in the problem?
because it's 2 places over, so you would
That's
move
right.
this 2 places over.
That's right. Okay, so this will be the tip, $10.50.
Yes.
Okay. That means the whole experience at the restaurant is costing the family how much money altogether?
It's actually costing them. Well, their bill is $70,
Right.
and I think it would be including tip
Yes,
$80.50.
That's right. Okay. Now, last time we were talking about this, I went over a shortcut with you for finding 15% of a number. And I want to discuss the shortcut with you now and compare it with what you've just done here.
Yes.
Do you remember what the shortcut is to find 15% of a number?
You divide it by 2 or 3. Right?
Dividing by 2 will give you a percent of the number, but it will not give you 15%.
Oh, divided by 5. Can't that give you 15%?
No. Gives you a different percent.
3?
No. The idea of 15% in the shortcut is to find 10% of the number and then add to that,
Oh, 5.
right, 5% of the number.
Oh, sorry about that.
That's the shortcut, and we're going to talk about that in detail now. Because there's a shortcut within the shortcut. There's a shortcut to finding 10% of a number.
Well,
And
10 is with all subjects of math is a really easy number to work with.
no, that's true because of our decimal system, because of our place values. So do you know how to find 10% of $70?
Well.
Do you know what 10% of $70 is?
7%.
I want an answer in dollars. How many dollars?
$7.
$7, that's right. So 10%, would you finish writing this? 10% of $70 equals what you said.
$7.
So now, by what shortcut did you get this answer?
Well, I just used
what did you do
10.
What did you do to the 70 to get the 7?
Well, normally you would divide 70 by 10.
That's right. I'll write that in parentheses out here. Divide by,
That's very important.
yes. Divide 70 by 10.
When you're getting a bill at the restaurant, maybe the shortcut can come in handy when you're doing
That's
the bill.
right. I've used this shortcut many times myself.
When you're getting your bill.
Right. And we'll talk about that in more detail in a minute. Okay, well that's the first part of the shortcut. Now what's the rest of the shortcut?
Well then, what is 5% of 70?
Okay, so write that right under this. Okay, so now here's where you use what's called number sense. You use your brain, what you know about comparing numbers. If this is 10% of something, how does 5% of something compare with 10% of that?
Well, 5 and 10 are, well, 5 is a factor of 10.
True.
So that is why it can, like, if you count by 5s, they're the first two, digits when counting by fives.
That's right.
Like 5, 10, and it's real easy to work with.
That's right. In
Also-
fact, I want a good solid word in this sentence. 5 is blank of 10.
Is half.
Yes, write that. So if you have found this, that's $7, to be 10% of 70, how would you get 5% of 70?
Well,
Since
you would
5
just
is it's half.
divide 70 by 5. Right?
No, we're going to do something with the 7.
Well,
And here's the key. The key is what you wrote right here.
oh well, what's half of 70?
No, we want half of 7.
A 3.5.
Yes. What is that in dollars and cents?
$7. Or no,
You said 3.5.
sorry, $3.50.
That's right. Write that directly under the 7. Okay, and I'll put at the side half of 7. Now, what will we do to get the total tip out of what you've written here? The $7 and the $3.50.
You'd add them.
That's right.
Would it be smarter to put the bigger number on top?
That's usually a smart idea for multiplication, but for adding, it
Doesn't
generally
really
doesn't matter.
Oh, okay.
What is important is to line them up properly. That's right.
$10.50.
Okay.
And that is the it's the exact same as that.
That's right. Not only that, if you look at what's above the line here and look at what's right here, what do you see?
Well, same stuff.
That's right, same stuff. The shortcut uses the same stuff as the
But that's
standard
way more
multiplication.
efficient.
It is if the numbers are friendly. So, I wonder if you can do this in your head. We're starting with $70, and we're going to find 15% of it for a tip at a restaurant. $70.
Mm-hmm.
What's the first step in the shortcut?
Well, first you would have to divide 70 by 10.
Okay, and that's a shortcut within the shortcut. What do you
And
get?
that would be $7.
Okay, so now you have 7 in your head. And now what do you do to continue the shortcut, doing it in your head?
Alright, well, right there in that step, you just use your 10. And 15 minus 10 is 5. So therefore, you'd have $5 left. So then, what is $70 divided by $5?
No, that's not what we did.
We would.
We did something with the $7.
Oh yeah, what is? So 5 also means 1/2.
Right.
So
we have to,
half of 7
right.
is 3.5.
That's right.
And then we added $7 and 3.5 and got $10.50.
That's right.
Which is a more efficient way if the numbers work out good.
That's right. And whoever's going to pay the bill at the restaurant, if he can do that in his head, he or she, then that's good. And that's it for this video, which was about the first third of today's lesson that I had with Nick, the tutoring session in which we explored percent. I will probably make another video for the second third of the lesson and a third video for the final third of the lesson. I hope you enjoyed viewing this segment of the tutoring session. Thank you for watching and listening.